And so our story begins with the advent of awakening. A group of people stand before a seriously ominous purple vortex. This is the S-rank dungeon, the Death Den. They are here to see the most ancient existence. Inside, it's a total boneyard. This was the first S-rank dungeon to ever appear on Blue Star, and after decades of failure, one man, Ming, challenges it alone. He'd just slain the strongest god-level beast inside. But his so-called allies show up with greedy smiles. They demand he hand over a divine artifact. They surround him, calling him the god of slaughter. Oh, but do not worry, they will give the hero a quick death. How generous. Ming grips his glowing red sword, asking if this was their plan all along. They just want the artifact. A man named Tang steps forward, his weapon crackling with blue lightning. He points it at Ming, demanding the divine artifact. For the sake of their brotherhood, he will not kill him. No, he will just destroy all of his power. What a great friend. Ming cannot believe how blind he has been. They'd fought together since they were 18. He looks at his former brother, thinking how venomous he's become. He unleashes a massive wave of energy from his sword. Everyone is after this divine artifact, you see. Ming dares them to try and take the reverse Dao divine ring. He scoffs, knowing they do not have what it takes. Tang panics and screams for everyone to kill him. This energy fluctuation is proof the ring is nearby, but he just smirks, whispering that the plan is almost complete. Suddenly, a massive silhouette looms in the sky. Someone cries out Ming's name. Ming looks up in absolute shock. What is happening now? A woman with long hair descends from the sky. It is Xiaoman. She rushes into his arms, saying she heard people were plotting against him and was so worried. Ming smiles, completely fooled. He tells her he is fine and has the reverse Dao divine ring. But then Xiaoman just stares at the other figures. Something feels very wrong here. One of the men smirks, boasting that this group is no match for him. Ming is confused. How did his enemies find him here? Suddenly, red energy surrounds Xiaoman. Ming looks at her in horror, asking if this is her doing. A man shouts that the final medium is in place. It is time to activate the imprisonment formation. A massive red magical circle appears in the sky, a trap for our hero. Ming is bound by glowing red chains. The curse mark, it came from Ren Xiaoman. She betrayed him. She stands with Tang, apologizing. She was only with Ming for him. Ouch. They tell him his powerful talent was only useful for getting the artifact. They used him from the start. Ming is trapped and furious, shouting, "Damn it." The battlefield erupts. The order is given, kill Ming and take the ring. A giant skeletal hand bursts from the ground, scattering rocks everywhere. Ming, chained in the air, shouts stop. As a hooded figure approaches, he looks at the newcomer, his face filled with distress. What are you doing here? It is a woman named Jia Yao floating in the chaos. She is a necromancer and she tells him not to give up. He has to keep the artifact away from these villains. The man in the suit just laughs. Dozens of masters are here, no one can save Ming, but Jia Yao does not care. She unleashes a massive explosion, diving right into the fight. She swings a glowing blue scythe, shouting, "Those who block me will die." A woman in a white robe warns her to watch her flank. A silver-haired man attacks Jia Yao with a blue scythe. He calls her classmate but shows no mercy. Ming can only watch, whispering her name in horror. He activates a defensive seal, telling her not to waste energy on him. The silver-haired man attacks another person, shouting, "You can die too." Ming is stabbed, a glowing red chain piercing his chest. They demand the artifact. He just grits his teeth, blood dripping from his mouth. Surrounded by a ritual circle, he shouts, "Bastards," and activates a god-level technique burst. An explosion rocks the area. The silver-haired man leaps away, recognizing the power of a god-level technique. Ming cradles the wounded Jia Yao. He cannot believe she came for him after he let her down. She reaches for his face. If they are going to die, they will die together. A massive pale sword-like artifact stands in a swirl of blue energy. The four villains look on as a voice shouts, "Today." Ming, holding Jia Yao, stands on the artifact. He, the god of slaughter, is about to swear an oath. He screams that if he is reborn, he will tear Ren Xiaoman and Tang to shreds. The silver-haired man looks on nervously, wondering what Ming is trying to do. He realizes with dread, Ming is trying to take the artifact back into the Death Den. A massive blue vortex opens. They scream to stop him and get the artifact. Ming stands on the crumbling cliff, taunting them. "You want the divine artifact." As he and Jia Yao are pulled into the vortex, he raises a glowing hand. "Then come and get it." His hand reaches for the glowing, ornate golden ring. There is a brilliant flash of light. Is he dead? Suddenly, he is standing in front of a school building. Petals are falling. Where is he? Someone is holding a microphone. An announcer declares that a student named Wang Qiang has successfully changed his profession. It is an outdoor ceremony. Wang Qiang has awakened as a 3-star enchanter. Ming looks around, completely bewildered. An awakening ceremony. He is sweating, a familiar feeling washing over him. He's traveled back to when he was 18, the day of his own awakening ceremony. He watches Wang Qiang, who awakened as an enchanter in his past life too. The announcer lists more results: a 2-star warrior, a failure, and a mage. The new warrior raises his fist in triumph. Poor Kaian Yu cries over his failed awakening. But the next student, Song Li, succeeds as a mage. Another student flexes victoriously. Ming watches from the crowd. A small smile appears on his face. It's real. He has been reborn. A hazy vision of his betrayal flashes in his mind. This is his chance to rewrite everything. Next up is Zhang Tang. He awakens as a magic hammer warrior, a hidden combat profession. He smirks confidently. His innate attribute level is a whopping 8-star. The crowd goes wild. The first hidden profession, and he is from the powerful Zhang family. Su Ming glares at him from the crowd, his face a mask of cold fury. Zhang Tang, someone claps a hand on Zhang Tang's shoulder, congratulating the academy on its 8-star genius. Just then a familiar voice calls his name. It is Jia Yao. She asks why he looks so surprised. He just says he wanted to congratulate her in advance. A flash of memory, Jia Yao bloodied and dying for him. He smiles at her, a genuine smile this time. He tells her it is good to see her again. The announcer calls for the next student, Jia Yao. She steps up to the celestial steel, the awakening portal. She places her hand on it and blue energy swirls around her. An orange, flame-like figure appears in the sky above the academy, a celestial phenomenon. She's awakened a hidden combat profession, necromancer, and her innate level is 7-star. The crowd loses its mind, another hidden profession. Su Ming watches, smiling. Everything is going according to his memory. Now it is his turn. He walks toward the portal, ready to change his destiny. Two people in the shadows whisper about him. Just an orphan, what could he possibly awaken? The world of Blue Star is dominated by the awakened. Here in Dragon Country, everyone changes their profession at 18. These awakened individuals have the power to change the world. They can change their own destiny, but they must also face terrible beasts. Snarling werewolves, reptilian monsters, and armored beasts lurk in the dark, and they face countless other challenges like this fearsome blue dragon. In his past life, Su Ming was an orphan who felt lucky just to awaken. He'd caused a celestial phenomenon, awakening as a legendary 9-star. He became the god of slaughter, wielding a massive red sword. But this life, things are different. The principal sees the energy fluctuation and shouts that a 9-star genius is being born. A pink-haired girl wonders if it is a third hidden profession. This is insane. Su Ming feels the familiar energy, ready to awaken once more, but something is different. A glowing golden ring appears in his hand, the divine artifact. It actually traveled through time with him. A system notification pops up. The god-slaying system is successfully bound. He has acquired the mythic sword god profession. Not god of slaughter, but sword god, a mythical profession. A massive spectral red sword appears in the sky above him, dwarfing everything. The principal is panicking. What on earth is this profession? Zhang Tang argues with his friends. With a phenomenon this huge, it has to be a combat type. He looks on, a flicker of concern on his face. That guy, Su Ming, is not moving. What is wrong? He is staring at a golden system interface, shocked. Sword god is not god of slaughter. This golden system, it is completely new. The system confirms his identity. Target Su Ming. A glowing red sword symbol appears on the interface. Awakened profession, sword god, golden talent, sublimation of all things. His talent is even higher than his 9-star profession from his past life. A small, intense smirk forms on his face. He can already feel the potential. His power now should far surpass the god of slaughter. He checks his skills, and there are none. 0% awakened. He is frustrated. What good is a golden rank without a single skill? The crowd wonders if he has finished his profession change yet. Su Ming cannot believe it. No skills, is this a joke? The system requests ring identification to continue. He looks at the small, glowing ring in his palm, of course. He holds up the intricate gold ring to the interface. Identification of the reverse Tao Divine ring is successful. A bright golden light erupts. A massive beam of light strikes the ground, sending out a powerful shockwave. The principal stares, wondering if the awakening is finally complete. A swirling blue vortex appears with a multicolored star in the center. The number 10 glows brightly. The principal's eyes go wide. 10. It is a 10-star talent level. Energy erupts from the portal. The system announces his profession, Sword Master. The onlookers are stunned. A 10-star attribute. He is a heaven-defying monster. A 10-star awakening completely eclipses Zhang Tang's 8-star one. The principal praises the students, hidden professions, and even a 10-star heaven's chosen individual. He admits the sword master profession is not great, but with a 10-star attribute, Su Ming has limitless potential. As a reward, the principal decides to give him a set of cultivation assistance items, but the other students start gossiping. Sword master is a bottom-tier trash class. They mock him, saying his 10-star talent is wasted. He probably cannot even pass the novice dungeon. Su Ming looks down, an unreadable expression on his face. So they think Sword Master is trash, do they? Just then a girl with pink hair approaches, calling his name. It is Jia Yao. She smiles and congratulates him. He does the same for her. She tells him not to listen to the others. Awakening a 10-star talent is amazing. She believes his talent will overcome the profession's weakness. He just thanks her, ignoring everyone else. He thinks to himself that this is exactly what he wanted, for everyone to underestimate him. He turns his attention back to the stage as the next student is called. The crowd cheers wildly for the next person. It is the school beauty, Xiaoman, walking toward the portal. She glances at a young man in the crowd who encourages her. Jia Yao remarks that she is very popular. Su Ming just turns away, completely uninterested. He starts to leave. Jia Yao asks why he is not staying. He does not care to watch. A flashback to his previous life plays in his mind. Her betrayal is still fresh. On stage, Xiaoman reaches out to her adoring fans. She smiles with a subtle, determined look. A thought bubble appears. I will definitely get revenge for this. Su Ming walks down the city street alone. Everything seems the same as his past life except for his new profession. He checks his status. He still has his legendary skill, Total Concealment. This was one of the 4 skills he brought back with him. It lets him hide his true power. The glowing golden ring appears before him. It is the artifact that started it all. A system message pops up. He has inherited a portion of the God of Slaughter profession's skills, so his new sword god profession can use his old skills. Perfect. His character sheet looks great. A mythical, world-unique profession, but he cannot let himself be used like last time. He needs to get stronger, quietly. His 10-star talent is public, but he can hide his true profession. He is determined to grasp this second chance firmly. He knows exactly what happens the day after the ceremony. The novice dungeon challenge will arrive, but the regular dungeon is no challenge for him. He has a bigger goal. He intends to challenge the most difficult hidden boss, but first he needs a good weapon. He heads to a large, modern building called the Palace. A quick flash shows Zhang Tang and Xiaoman together. They are already discussing him. Su Ming's high attribute awakening will have its uses for them. Xiaoman shows Zhang Tang something on her phone. Zhang Tang looks shocked, a bead of sweat on his face. Xiaoman smirks. She is plotting to bait Su Ming. Zhang Tang agrees Su Ming will be useful in the future. Meanwhile, Su Ming arrives at the massive weapon shopping center. A woman greets him. The place is 12 floors of pure weaponry. The shop is bustling. Everyone is gearing up for the novice dungeon. A young man stares at a sword in a display case, wishing he could afford it. Su Ming sees the frosty sky cold sword. It is beautiful, deadly, and very expensive. But he just smiles. From his past life, he knows this particular sword is a fake. Suddenly, someone calls out to him, telling him to wait. A woman in a suit, flanked by bodyguards, asks if he is Su Ming. She is Zhang Lan, vice director of the Zhang conglomerate. Su Ming looks at her business card, pretending he does not know who she is. She gets straight to the point. She will cover all his spending today in exchange for a favor. Su Ming is intrigued. What kind of favor? She tells him to look at a photo on her bodyguard's phone. The photo shows a girl with purple hair sitting among white flowers. Zhang Lan explains it is her younger sister. She was impressed by his 10-star awakening. She wants Su Ming to team up with her sister and protect her in the novice dungeon. Su Ming just looks at her, saying nothing. The gears are turning in his head. Then he turns and walks away, saying he is not interested. A bystander cannot believe a poor student would refuse. Su Ming stops. He heard her promise him any weapon in the shop, right? He points directly at the most expensive sword on display. Then I want that, the frosty sky cold sword, the one worth $1 million. Zhang Lan is furious. Does he really think he is worth that much? He just shrugs. Did not she say he could pick whatever he wanted? He smiles, telling her that money cannot solve everything. Her sister should be training, not relying on others. She calls his bluff, saying she will remember this offense. As they walk away, Su Ming thinks about how easily he played the rich conglomerate. Just then, his phone buzzes with a new message. He looks at the screen. The message is from Xiaoman. She is asking if he still likes her and invites him to the roof tonight. Pathetic, she has not changed a bit. He remembers her betrayal all too well. He types back a simple reply, okay, see you there. He then turns to a shop assistant. He asks about the weapon stone embryos, which can randomly produce high-quality weapons. The assistant warns him it is a gamble. Most of them are just trash. He says that is exactly what he wants. He smiles. Gambling on a cheap stone is much smarter than buying an expensive, soon-to-be obsolete weapon, because for him it is not a gamble at all. He has his second inherited skill, the Eye of Insight. It lets him see the truth of all things. This is the perfect solution for a poor student like him. A bystander recognizes him as the guy who rejected the Zhang conglomerate. The guy and his friends start mocking Su Ming for choosing a trashy stone. Su Ming recognizes the bully Yang Ding. He was just as annoying in his past life, so Su Ming proposes a little bet. 5,000 advent coins says he can open a silver weapon from this stone. The two bullies look at each other in disbelief, then they burst out laughing. What an idiot. Su Ming just smiles. The bully claims there is a 99.99% chance it is trash. They eagerly agree to the bet and demand he open it now. A system prompt asks for confirmation. The bully taunts him. Su Ming calmly activates his Eye of Insight. And just as he expected, a silver weapon glows from within the stone. He cracks the stone embryo open, revealing the weapon inside. The two bullies look on in absolute shock. No way. Su Ming calmly grabs the hilt of his new sword. The entire crowd is stunned that he actually did it. He has obtained a silver-grade red-edged sword. It even has a blood-absorbing healing ability. He smirks. This sword is perfect for his date tonight. Yang Ding and his friend are speechless. He actually got it right. The sword even has a lifesteal effect. He will not need a healer. Su Ming holds the sharp tip of the blade to the terrified bully's face. A bet is a bet. He will be taking that 5,000 advent coins. The transfer goes through immediately. Even the shopkeeper is amazed. It has been years since anyone opened a weapon from a stone. With his winnings, he decides to buy a proper sheath. He gets a silver-grade sword sheath, which reduces weapon durability consumption by half. This is perfect. He does not have the funds to be replacing swords right now. A notification asks if he wants to open the hidden weapon materialization function. Not yet. He has one more thing to do first. He needs to raise this weapon another level. Although his new profession has no active skills yet, it does have a very powerful original talent, sublimation of all things. This talent can upgrade the quality of any loot, a truly golden rank ability. He triggers the talent and the weapon sublimation is successful. It gains a bloodthirst effect. After killing an enemy, he will get a short-term buff to all his attributes. Not bad at all. Now tomorrow's novice dungeon will be much simpler. The sun sets and night falls over the city. He stands by the window, his new sword ready. It is time for his meeting. Xiaoman waits on a rooftop overlooking the neon city. She smiles as he arrives, telling him he is late. But instead of a greeting, a sharp sword appears above her. A powerful attack strikes the rooftop, causing her to scream in terror. She looks around the wreckage, startled. What is happening? Su Ming appears, sword in hand. She gasps his name. He declares himself the god of slaughter, here for revenge. She is confused. She thought he was here to confess his feelings. Her phone shows their old messages where she agreed to be his girlfriend. Su Ming's face darkens. Is she still trying to play him? He just smiles grimly. Those events happened in his previous life. He remembers how she, the popular school beauty, approached him, how she found him sleeping at his desk after the ceremony. She had leaned in, feigning concern. He, an orphan, had finally felt the warmth he'd longed for. He remembers their text messages filled with "I love you." He remembers their dates in fields of flowers. He remembers the intimate moments they shared, and he remembers the picture of her with Zhang Tang, his world crashing down. He looks down at her, enraged. It was all fake. He shouts at her, accusing her of using him for his talent. She panics, telling him not to talk nonsense. But he knows the truth. It was all just an act. He tells her she is nothing but a vain, despicable person. She grits her teeth, speechless with fury. "You," she finally snaps, screaming, "What do you know?" She calls him an orphan. He looks down at her, his face shadowed. A big mistake. He just smirks, telling her to bring it on. Her despicable behavior is about to be exposed. She's seething with rage. Damn it. She grips the handle of her own sword. She prepares to ambush him from behind. But suddenly a glowing red blade flashes past her face. He calmly remarks that he expected her to try something so pathetic. It is his sword's effect, drink red, absorbing her blood. The trap was set from the very beginning just for her. She clutches her face, screaming in agony on the rooftop. Her precious face has been ruined, and his revenge is just beginning. He tells her that he will let Zhang Tang be the one to kill her. A flashback to their betrayal fuels his cold confidence. He walks away, leaving her on the ground. He tells her to let Zhang Tang know that he is coming. One cut, one less concern. He leaves her crying on the rooftop. Back home, he accepts the gifts from the school, a pill, a suit, and 10,000 coins. The next morning at 6:00 a.m. the sun rises. He eats the strong marrow pill from the principal. Tastes bad, but it works. A notification pops up. He is successfully promoted to level 2. And with it, his passive talent, innate sword body, activates. He can now learn all sword-type skills. As a 10-star gold grade, he can learn a new talent at level 2. Today, in the Novice dungeon, he will show them his true power. He arrives at the dungeon entrance. The plaza is packed with students. Everyone is getting ready to go. A crowd immediately surrounds Su Ming, begging to team up with the 10-star talent. He just thinks about how they all looked down on him yesterday. He declines, saying he already has a team. Jiao appears surprised. He already has a team. She came early specifically to team up with him. He tries to explain. The truth is, his plan is too dangerous. He does not want her to get hurt. He whispers to her that he is going in alone. Just then, another student, Yanzi, a 9-star ranger, tries to recruit him. Su Ming remembers him from his previous life. The answer is still no. Jiao steps in, telling everyone that Su Ming has already teamed up with her. She shoos them all away. Su Ming thinks to himself that Jiao is truly reliable. He checks the time. The dungeon should be starting any second now, and right on cue the notice appears. The Novice Dungeon Challenge is beginning. A broadcast from the principal explains the rules. Students earn points by contribution, and teams are recommended for survival. Jiao looks around, but Su Ming is already gone. The principal announces that the dungeon has officially opened. A bright blue portal appears, and someone immediately jumps in. The students see it was him. That 10-star Su Ming went in alone. He teleports into the dungeon. He jumps through the air with a smile. It feels good to be back. The system announces the start of the slaughter of the myriad realms. It also hints that there is a higher difficulty method beyond just defeating the boss. That is his plan. He's going to slay the ultimate hidden boss. He arrives in the Raging Tide Forest, this year's F-rank dungeon map. The environment is completely different from his past life's experience. Spawn points are random, so every challenger has a unique route. That means the monsters will be different too, like this burning tree elite monster that roasts its targets. His goal is to find the hidden boss, so he needs to avoid these tough monsters. He locks a landmark on his map. The boss strategy should still be the same. He uses an energy attack to speed through the forest. It is 7:30 a.m. Meanwhile, outside, a student looks on anxiously. Inside, another team finds a safe area near a portal, but one of them senses movement in the darkness. They spot a silhouette moving among the rocks. It is another challenger, and he is screaming for help. The team looks on, startled by the sudden danger. A swarm of terrifying, bloodthirsty rats emerges. They tell everyone to split up and run. At 7:31 a.m., 3 challengers are already dead. Jiao is frustrated. People are dying before teams are even formed. Elsewhere, a girl with a star-tipped wand runs for her life. She's been completely separated from her team. She is lost and alone in the dark woods. Suddenly, a large, shadowy figure looms over her. A monstrous ape with glowing red eyes lunges forward. She is in shock. It is an elite monster. She looks up, terrified, and whispers for someone to save her. As she screams, a glowing blade descends from above. The blade slices through the monster with blinding speed. Someone leaps through the air, striking the final blow. The girl sits on the ground, looking up at her savior in shock. It is an elite level 5 bloodthirsty brown bear. Why is she seeing an elite monster so early? Another student is not so lucky. Their scream is cut short. Teams are being swarmed by swamp hunters. And tracking hounds are picking off anyone who runs. One team leader calls for support. They are surrounded by monsters. Another position is being overrun by a dragonized lizard. The 11 o'clock position is also surrounded. The monsters just keep coming. A girl with purple hair hides her team nowhere in sight. She finds them a moment later, completely wiped out. She was the only survivor because they told her to hide. She trembles in the dark. The difficulty of this dungeon is way too high. Can newly awakened students like them really clear this alive? The girl Su Ming saved looks up, her eyes wide with shock. Su Ming is in the middle of a fierce battle. He lands a massive crater in the ground where the monster used to be. The girl thinks, so strong. He points his sword at her. He killed the monster in one go. She thanks him for saving her. He turns his back to her. She recognizes him now. It is the 10-star Su Ming. He just says he was passing by. But he warns her the monster is not dead yet. She looks behind her in terror as a dark shadow falls over the trees. She runs, shouting for Su Ming to hold on while she gets reinforcement. Su Ming uses his eye of insight. The monster is a mutated ape king. That explains why it survived his first attack. This is no common monster. The ape king lunges, but Su Ming easily dodges. He notes the creature's speed is not half bad. He smirks. Then let us have a contest. He remembers he inherited skills from his god of slaughter profession. It is time to use the hidden god step, an acceleration technique. He is surrounded by a swirling teal aura as he prepares his move. He activates the skill and a brilliant blue light flashes past the ape king. In an instant, he appears behind the shocked monster. I am behind you. He strikes with glowing blue energy, cutting right through it. He stands calmly as the defeated ape king falls. Looks like there is no need to compare, he thinks. How boring. He looks back at the monster's dissolving body. I am done playing with you. A system notification appears. He has successfully defeated the mutated ape king, and he gets his loot, a single/skill scroll. It is only low-grade bronze, but it is not bad for the novice dungeon. Then a golden banner appears in the sky, first blood. The system announces that the level 2 sword master has completed the first kill of a mutated monster. The other players see the notification. A sword master killed a mutated monster already. All players receive a small healing potion. One student is saved just in time. The players realize it has to be him, the 10-star sword master from the first academy, Su Ming. This first kill gives them all hope. They now have the strength to clear the dungeon. Su Ming facepalms. Crap, he forgot about the achievement system. He quickly uses total concealment to hide his true strength. He cannot believe no one else had killed a monster yet. As he runs, he hears a noise behind him. A dark, menacing dire wolf appears, its green eyes glowing. He hides behind a tree. This is perfect. A chance to test his new sword skill. He uses his talent, sublimation of all things. He triggers the skill to upgrade the bronze skill scroll he just got. He obtains a new skill, Sword Drawing Slash, a low-grade silver ability. The wolf snarls, completely unaware of its impending doom. A powerful curved blue energy slash cuts through the air, wiping out the entire wolf pack in a single go.